What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, day 2 of rookie minicamp just got finished, and some more stuff to talk about today. Not a whole lot else really going on in the world, but just another day of, figuring out what the Colts are doing, what the Colts rookies are up to. And some of the big things that we talked about, again, more Anthony Richardson stuff. But that's what we want to know. Everybody wants to know, how's Anthony Richardson doing? How is he handling all this? And the best thing is he stated today that, he just had a big old smile on his face all day. It's his first ever real NFL practice in Indianapolis today. So, he said it was great to be out there. Said even Shane Steichen, who actually had time to speak with the media today, said that he thought that he had a heck of a day for the first day being here and, doing real practice stuff. So that's great to hear. Talked about, how he's got a great presence. He's got great balance. He's always smiling, great energy. It's something like that, which is awesome. It's kind of funny because actually, I don't know if we even talk about this in this report, but there were some guys who were talking about it who were at practice today, stated that, for the most part, Anthony Richardson has been kind of, he's been very critical of himself at times. Even in times where he's successful on a pass and a run play and executing a play well, even stated that there's times where he's, said that he's not insanely happy with some of the stuff. He looks visually upset, which I think is actually a really good thing when you think about it, because obviously if a guy is being critical of himself, first of all, that's a huge thing. But then on top of it, to be critical of yourself while you're still successful on the play, that's a very important aspect of this, because even the guys who have excelled at this level, who have been some of the best, are very hypercritical of themselves. Guys that even when they have success are still looking for the flaws in their game and how they're looking to approach it. So, I mean, it's fantastic that he was able to showcase that kind of frustration in a way, because that means he cares. It means he wants to be the best at what he can be, which is, the best thing about it. Talked about some of the things that he did from this standpoint here was Richardson talked about some of the things they did today with practices and how they were teaching him that, he had to do a 5-step drop instead of a 3-step drop, which is something like a 3-step drop, which is out of shotgun, which is what he would have done at Florida, versus a 5-step drop out of a gun with the Colts. So, he's learning these types of things right now. Some different aspects of the game that he didn't really learn in Florida. So, Shane Steichen really kind of, throwing that out there with him today. And from everything that I've heard, it was pretty much the same as day one. Some really great throws. His best throw today was actually a 55-yard completion to a wide receiver on a out route. So that was really awesome to see. Again, had a couple of throws where he missed. Missed Josh Downs on a throw that, almost got picked off by another undrafted rookie. So, it's one of those situations where, again, same thing as before. He had times where he was making some really great throws, and then there's some times where he had some misses, and again, we're going to expect that the first couple times learning this, but it was great to hear Shane Steichen and Anthony Richardson out there stating that that they were working on the fundamentals, working on the footwork, working on, the changes that he's going to expect within a NFL offense, which is good. Means that he's just out here doing his job. So that's really fantastic work. I know this is last little bit of tidbit here before we end this, because it's a short one. There's not a lot to talk about here today. Actually, I heard from them that George Bremer put out a tweet earlier stating that Anthony Richardson's been walking around, the facility and everything else with a football in his hand. Again, a kid that, is really trying to, make sure he gets a good feel for the ball and just showing that dedication. So really awesome to see that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those situations where there's not a whole lot more really to discuss, but we will get more into it as we learn more, guys. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. And again, be sure to keep an eye out. We'll try to keep as much content flowing as possible. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, go Colts.